In this lab, we want to set up alerts to let us know if the router stops responding to our pings, which would mean it's down. We have to first make sure that alerts are set up for the router. Then we have to make sure that emails are configured in Zabbix so that they can be sent. Then we have to make sure that the email is actually attached to a user in Zabbix. And finally, make sure that there's actually a trigger that will send the email alerts. If we select host under data collection in Zabbix, you can see that the router already has 3 triggers that our ICMP template gave it. Click triggers and you can see the severity warning of each trigger. But we do want to add a notification so we can get notified of the alert. For that, we need to go to Media Types under the Alerts menu. Click Email. And then switch the email provider to Gmail. In the email section, put in your Google email address. Now for the password, we have a few more steps because this isn't your email's password. We need to create an app password in our Google account to allow Zabbix to send email through Gmail. In a new tab, go to myaccount.google.com. Then search for application passwords. From here, we can add Zabbix. You need to have multi-factor enabled on your Google account to have this option. So if you don't already, you probably should set that up. It's way more secure. Under Select App, choose Custom. Write in Zabbix and press Generate. Google will then present you with the app password. I just redacted mine here, but it should all be present. Just copy that password. Copy it and then place it in Zabbix and then click Update. And make sure the email is enabled. Now we have to connect a user to the email address we just configured. So click Users. Select the Zabbix super user admin, which is us right now. Go to the Media tab, select Add, then unclick everything except High and Disaster for the severity levels that we want to be notified of, and make sure Enable is clicked on before you hit Add. Now, we need to make sure the trigger is set up to actually send out these alerts. Go to Alerts, Actions, Trigger Actions, and notice that there is already a trigger to send problems to the Zabbix administrator. But it's disabled. Let's actually click into the trigger and see what's inside. It appears there's no conditions yet, so let's add one. We want the trigger to be the severity. And we want the severity to be high or disaster, so choose greater than or equal to high. Then click Add. And select Enabled. Check the Operation tab also. Notice that the operation is already set as being sent immediately when triggered. Click Update. Notice that the status is now enabled. Awesome! You set up a network monitoring tool using a Docker container. You've added a router to the network monitor. You created a chart to show the uptime of the network router. And you added alerts to ensure that you'll be alerted if the router goes down. You've actually accomplished a lot on this brand new tool. And want to know a secret? I was planning on showing you how to use Spiceworks network monitoring, but it was discontinued. That was the free tool I used to gain network monitoring practice. That means I had to learn Zabbix, Docker containers, and how to set up network host, monitor the host, create the dashboard, and set up the alerts all on this day today that I created this lab using Bing AI and Google because I had no experience with Zabbix. See, you can learn any platform as long as you understand the fundamentals and know how to research. Now take screenshots of your Zabbix dashboard with the router uptime graph and the alerts, email, media type, Google email page. Place the screenshots in the work documentation file in your Google Drive folder. After that, share the Google Drive folder where you placed the work documentation file for this lab. Make sure it has the anyone with a link can organize, add, and edit access. Then submit the lab for review. If you don't know how to submit the lab, refer to the instructions in the lab's intro video section of this program. After that, you can move on to the next lab.